Hello everyone, this is Emma from the Clinton Public Library, and today I'm going to show you another one of our free services that we offer here at CPL. This service is called WorldBook. Now, what is WorldBook? It is a website that has all kinds of games, ebooks, and educational activities that are for different age groups. So we've got some for the really littles, we've got some for students that are in the upper grades. It's got some really cool resources and references for things like research reports, and it even has a timeline feature where you can see the timeline of different events, like different histories. If you wanted the whole timeline of the civil rights movement, if you wanted the whole timeline of Abraham Lincoln's life, you can access all of that for free through this website. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to switch over my camera on how we can access it and what you gain through accessing it. So as you can see, I'm on the Clinton Public Library's homepage. You can find it at clintonpl.lib.in.us. And we're going to go over to Children's and Juniors. You can find it right over here in Children's Room. And we're going to go over to Resources for Kids. Down here, you're going to see a couple things that you can access. You have Canvas, you have different SV schools, so South Vermilion schools that are nearby, Kids Health, Internet Safety Games for Kids, but the one we're going to be focused on today is WorldBook. We're going to click on WorldBook here, and it's going to immediately send you to the home screen through the Clinton Public Library. I'm going to go over to I'm going to go over all of these different resources that you gain access to. We're going to start over with the pre-K and we'll move up. So let's first start with early learning. Early learning involves all kinds of games for pre-K up further. Really, just it's something you'll have to check out and see if it works for your child or not. As you can see, we have different categories that we can choose here, such as dinosaurs, which, oh, there it is. Well, I guess it's a little bugged. Tough trucks, we have on the move, terrific trees, and all of that. On the top here, we have buttons with videos, games, stories, and activities. They're also down here at the bottom. Let's say that we want a video to watch. And we want one about dinosaurs. There's all these dinosaurs that I get to choose from. I'm going to say the Triceratops. And it's immediately going to show me a video that's related to my topic, where we can learn about dinosaurs with Professor Nick. Push the X button to exit. Now over to the games. We have concentration games, true or false, matching, tracing, all kinds of different options that you can choose with different themes, such as community helpers, sea creatures, and spring into nature. Stories, we have all kinds of different ones. Treks Travels, fairy tales and fables, libros en español, so Spanish books, weather, animal homes, and all kinds of different ones. We're going to go back to activities. We have paint by numbers, coloring, print and do, so activity sheets that you can print out yourself. And if we want to go back from this, we can push the home button, and it will bring us right back to where we started. It's a really cool resource. We can also push on that, and we can push the Early Learning Basics button. So let me go back. It's right here, Early Learning Basics, this big yellow button. And it will help us with different reading basics. Let's go on Welcome to Reading and see what we get. We can read the different stories and pick a level, such as A1, A2, and A3. And it has different activities where we can learn these basics, such as counting, fun with words, once upon a time, and again, welcome to reading. So that is for our pre-K and up. We're going to go down to Your Resources, WorldBook Home, To get back to our original screen, let's go to Kids, which is grades K and up. As you can see, it has a similar output where it has all kinds of buttons where we can explore the different aspects that are for this age group. So let me go back. We have pictures and videos with different categories that we can choose, such as arts, sports and hobbies, living things, and world religions. We have World of Animals, where it's all kinds of animals that we can choose from and that we can see and learn about. Let's look about reptiles. There's all kinds of books and learning activities about these animals. We have water mammals, we've got bugs, amphibians. And we can push the home screen or exit to be able to get out. I'm going to push exit. We have activities. So this is for the grown-ups side, but we can write it down, make a tongue twister, write a shape poem, crack the code, where we can decode things, all kinds of different games and activities that you can do with your child or the child can do by themselves. The For Grown-Ups plan shows us all of the lesson plans that we can get from this and how we can use these activities and these ebooks to better help educate our children. Let's go back. We're going to go to Maps and More. We have interactive maps, we have a World Book Atlas, and we have outline maps with flags where you can download the black map and fill in and color them. Next, we have games, which I know your kids will love. We have puzzles that we can do, multiple choice quizzes, matching, sorting, and crosswords. We can also, instead of looking at the type of game, we can search by subject. So if you wanted math games specifically, all of the math games, no matter what the game type, will populate. Important people. So if you wanted to learn about different authors or journalists, athletes, civil rights leaders, educators, mythical and legendary figures, you can learn about all of them. So let's see. Let's choose a job or achievement below. Let's go Nobel Prize winners and see what populates. We have all kinds of different articles that we can learn about these different people. Let's learn about Gertrude. It has a button here where I can press to listen to the book. It has how I can cite the article. And it also has pictures, videos, and more. So if there was anything specific about Gertrude Elion, it would populate here so that I could do more research on it. This is a really great tool when you're starting out again, how to research, and there's more information on this topic in Student, which we're going to get to in a little bit on the student resources that you can get. But this is a really good way to introduce how to research with children and also a way to get some secondary sources for your research articles. All right, let's go back. We have Compare Places, where we can go to all places, provinces, states, dependencies. Let's go countries. Let's click on Australia, let's say, and another place that I can compare it to. Let's go Brazil. I can compare or I can have it quiz me. It will then give me all the stats of these countries, and it will tell me the differences between them. Graphs that I can print if I want it. Yeah. And it even has a slide button if you want to get to the bottom faster. Back to places. I can then push the Quiz Me, which is the basic, and it's going to ask me questions about the information that I just read. You can go with continents, you can go with states, provinces in Canada, states in Australia, and dependencies. A really cool geography tool to anyone that's struggling with geography or just wants to learn more. Science projects. We have all of these different options here for different science topics. I'm first going to go over to the parent side where you can push how to do a science project. It gives a good outline onto things like how to do a hypothesis, the scientific method, safety, and choosing a topic. I'm going to reload the page because it seems to have gotten, okay, there we go. It seems to have pushed itself a little bit over. Let's go with our planet. It's then going to show me all kinds of different science projects and activities that I can do with my child. Temp time. How does the temperature change from day to day? And it gives me a little experiment and activity that I can do and what I will need for the experiment. And you also have access to a dictionary. So I can go from each letter. We'll go to O. It gives me all kinds of words and letters that I can choose from. I'm going to go to the word October. It tells me how to pronounce it and its definition, of course. Let's go to home. All right. And there's also a search bar where I can explore. So if I wanted books on, let's say, peacocks, it's going to immediately pull up the site on peacocks, curriculum standards and Lexile measurements, pictures and videos about them, and then more information such as games, and again, the curriculum standards and all of that. And there's even a context, and there's even a contents. So if there's more than just the introduction, if it was a full-size article or had multiple articles, I could look at the contents and quickly go to each section that I want to. All right, let's go back. All right, and it's also on the home page. We'll have different things that I can read about. Okay. We're going to go to Your Resources, and we're going to go back to the World Book home. Now let's go to Student. Now the student is grades 5+. So this is the one where it's mainly for middle school, even edging into high school. So you can see here that we have some different, that the whole interface looks a bit different. It looks a little bit more mature. Again, not that little ones couldn't get any use out of this, but it is mainly for grades 5 and up. So we have featured articles, just again, like we have with all of the other ones. We have a search, we have an advanced search, all of those fun things. We have quick links down here that we're going to go through. There are games for these upper grades that you can play. Beginner math, beginner science, intermediate math, and intermediate science. Go back. We have a citation builder. So of course, when you're making all of those different kinds of papers, citations are some of the hardest things that you can do when you're first learning how to do them, especially as a student. It can be a little overwhelming. So there's all kinds of different ways and things that you can cite. You can even cite podcasts, blog, all of those things that you wouldn't really think of to cite. A work of visual art, an article from a magazine, a website, film or recording, a government publication. You have a lot of different options for your citations, and you can choose between MLA, APA, and Harvard formats. Oop. Okay. Go back to my resources. We're going to go back to student. Okay. And that's another way that you can quickly go between them, is that they're all listed here. Featured media, we have 360s that you can look at, which I think are really cool. Different articles, as we've seen. Let's go to outline, maps, and flags. You have access to all kinds of maps, flags from all over the world. You have the World Book Atlas. You can compare places again, like you did before. Outlines and interactive maps. Go back to the home. Now, here is really cool thing that you can do, and I'm going to log in here, but you have a My Research tab. The My Research tab is where you can save articles and timelines for your research and keep them all in one place. My world book is not wanting to work today. We'll see if it works. There we go. Okay, let's go back to student. I should be logged in. My research. Well, sadly, the My Research tab is not currently available, it looks like, but it's okay. The My Research tab is where you can put all of your research in. I'm sorry I'm not able to show it today, but this is where you would be able to save all of your documents and things like that if it were working. But of course, it's not working when I need it. We're going to go to the Browse by Subject. You can choose different kinds of subjects such as art, television, biographies, all kinds of different things, literature that you can search for and read articles about. Then you can share them to email, copy link in Google Classroom, or you can download them or save them to My Research where you can make it into a new project. I can at least show it that way. Let's go back to student. Now, as you saw, you can see the educator tools, which is if you're an educator, you can use these. But there's also a drop-down menu with all kinds of different things like the dictionary, educator tools, games, Google Classroom, how to do research, outlines and maps, which is new, timelines, trivia quizzes, and world resources. There's all kinds of stuff here that you can use with your students, or as a student you can use and you can get totally for free. I want to emphasize that all of this is free and at the touch of your fingertips. Now, the last part of this before we go into the ebooks is the timeline section, which has its own section because of how cool it is. Now, again, you can save things to your research, and as you can see, it says Welcome Emma because I am signed in. We're going to go over to Science and Technology. We can go to Astronomy, and we can see all the astronomy timelines that are available to me. I can look at the timeline of Sir Isaac Newton's life, Mary Winston Jackson's life, the milestones of star study, which go all the way to 3000 BC. I can go to famous astronomers. I can go to Galileo, and all of these different really cool timelines. So let's go over to medicine. And let's say we want to learn about the advances of medicine. It's going to load up the timeline that's going to have a lot of stuff to it, probably because it's really long. I should have probably chosen a smaller topic, but here we go. It's still loaded in just fine. So I can make it super small to where it kind of encompasses things. Even so, even with as small as it gets, it's still quite full. I can make it bigger if I wanted it more precise, so I can see it year by year. Let's see if I can, oh, there we go. Let's get more over to the, let's get more over here to where there's a little bit more. Yeah, as you can see, there we go. I can make it as big as I want by year, or as small as I want. In the history of medicine, there's a lot here. You can also push on if you see an event that piques your interest. So let's say you're writing about medicine, you don't know what you want to write about, so you pull up this timeline to see if there's anything that piques your interest, and you're interested in Florence Nightingale. You can click on this and see what images she has. And it's a really great way to start your research. You can also, again, save. You can save to OneDrive, or you can save to My Timelines or a new research project. You can also share to a Google Classroom and switch your view over to just the points of time that will pop up and populate. And you can even print it out. Now, you can also create events that you know of or that you want to talk about in this timeline. which is really cool. And let me go back to the timelines. You can go to My Timeline as well, or create a timeline. So if you have a timeline that you want to work on or that you want to make about really anything, you can do it through this tool and it will look like what we just saw, which is really cool. Now let's go back to our home page. The final bit, and probably one of the most exciting bits, is the ebooks that you get access to, which are for all ages. So we have all kinds of different topics up here. We have anything from math, environment, early readers, biographies and autobiographies, technology and engineering, space, and all kinds of different things. Or just scrolling down, you can also just see what's available to you and what is featured. We have read aloud books that will read to you, and they are marked by this red icon. You can favorite books that you would like to read for later. You can see all of the different topics. There are a lot of them. Let's go over to history. Let's say we want to read a book on explorers and click it. What does it pull up? Pulls up the book. We have a bookmark page where we can see it. We can go to the next page. We have a pen where we can write and put notes on it, a highlighter, or we can add sticky notes. We can search and find different terms. So let's go moon. It will show me where exactly that word appears in this book. We can also go to My Data, where I have my notes and all of my highlights in one place, and I can even print them out if I want. And of course, I also have the table of contents where I can quickly go to both my bookmarks and my different sections within the book. And back to my bookshelf. If I go over to recently viewed, it'll have this book right here. There's also a favorites tab. So if you favorite it and want to keep it in a special place, you can put it you can put it in the favorites, or you can just click back to your recently viewed. Those are going to be your easiest options. If you find a topic that you like, but none of the books here are really interesting to you, you can go to the View All tab, and it will show you all of the books within that collection. All of the technology and engineering books, all of the mythology books, everything. Or you can just go back to the all where you get back to the main screen here. All right. And that, my friends, is WorldBook. There's training and support with video tutorials here at the bottom if you need it. The policies, administrative tools, you don't need to know that, and about WorldBook as well, where you can contact them or see about the site in general. Okay. And that is WorldBook for you guys. I hope you all enjoyed this overview. It is quite a long video, but it has a lot of different options that you can utilize and take part in. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. And I hope that you'll come back soon and see all of the other resources that we offer here at CPL. Bye!